Let's dive into it directly. First, good morning, good evening. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time. Really thrilled to welcome you to this special session we have today, where we'll walk you through the power of preparation. It's an amazing story. It's an amazing topic. We'll be focusing on really the story of your family, Basma. Such a unique governance system, such a unique way to really onboard and prepare the rising generation. I think I've spoken to thousands of families over the decades. Been working for Trusted Family. I've never seen such a unique structure and such an amazing system that the one that you've set up. So I felt it was really important for us to be able to share it with our clients, with our community. So thank you so much for your time, Basma. I think it's no secret for everyone dialing in today also that, as the family business grows across the generations, so does the complexity of kind of keeping everyone aligned and engaging with the family and the business. Yet we will discover today that with the right governance systems, with the right leadership, with the right people, i.e., I'm putting you, Basma, as the brand, as the right people with the right culture, continuity can become not just possible in a sense, but it can even become really a source of strength, a source that can be extremely valuable to help the family pursue on their journey and innovate and get the family aligned. So all these themes are extremely important and will really show how you've set it up with the family. So I'm really happy to be joined here today by Basma Zamil. Had the chance to meet with Basma in many occasions throughout Europe, throughout the Middle East. I think we're gonna meet next time. It's gonna be in the US, as I'm also relocating there, and you'll be heading over there a few times in 2025. So, Basma is an amazing champion. Basma is a client also of Trusted Family, a visionary leader, a third generation member of course, the Zamil group, a very prominent and known family in the Saudi Arabia. Amongst the first female family member to work also in the family business. She's held leadership roles, including being the general manager of the corporate HR. I think that's when you were first in contact. It feels like a long time ago now, but such a huge responsibility. She's also had the corporate social responsibility of the company, leading a lot of transformative initiatives, both for the company and for the family.
Yeah.
In addition to, in addition to kind of her success within the business, Basma played also a pivotal role in the whole architecture of some of the most, as I said, like really forward-thinking governance and next-gen education models. Starting at the age of 5 years old, I was in contact with one of our new recently joined clients who were asking us, when do we start involving the family? They wanted to involve them at 12 years old. You start involving them at 5 years old. So it's really unique. We'll talk about this today. We'll talk about how you're setting these programs up, what they entail, what are those activities that you're putting forward for all the generations and the family, and how you involve the different generations together. So really fascinating topic. And I think what I love about you, Basma, is keeping all of this knowledge to yourself is not part of your DNA. It's not part of your culture. It would feel probably too selfish for exactly. And so today, Basma also works very closely and works with Landsberg, Gerzik and Associates, which is a trusted family business advisory firm. Works with some of the leading family enterprises across the region, specializes in governance, family succession, family planning, and of course, leadership development, which is what you've been doing over the years with your HR role in the company, with your family hat also in the governance. So, Basma, thank you so much for your time. I've already doing a lot of talking. Really excited to have you share with us today your journey.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Arnold, for all of this introduction. I'm really humbled to hear all of this from you, and to I can say it's like having it's like from a family member, and like being a Zamil family and being a client of Trusted Family. That's for us as an owner, to be honest, and to carry the I can say the governance hat, and being like one of the families who began the governance early. I think this is really what makes me passionate about this, I can say, journey, because it is a journey. It is something that it has to begin, and it's like early in the stages, and it will continue. So the effect that I saw it on the family, this is where today I think it is our role to share it with other families and to share the importance of it to the other families.
Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for that. And so, voilà, what I suggest to get us started, I'll go ahead and share our first screen. We'll be jumping back and forth again to everybody dialing in. There's a chat feature where you can ask your questions. We'll try answering them live. We'll try answering them in writing. Thank you, Rebecca, who's also going to help me with that. So let's maybe kick it off by sharing a bit of the slide, and for you to kind of share with us maybe about, a bit about the family first, about the family governance systems that you have established. So wait, let me pull out this slide and put it in share mode. Okay. So please, Basma, yeah, walk us
Thank
through a
you.
bit about the family.
Okay, so can you give me just a couple of minutes before going into the into the slide? I just want to talk a little bit about the culture difference between each, I can say, region of the world. Each region has their own culture. Each region has really their own way of, like, I can say, family relation, how they are connected to each other. And we all share the same exact, I can say, goal. However, with bit of differences. And today I will share our knowledge. I will share our, like, I can say, experience. However, I'd love that everybody adapted to their culture, to their family, to their what suits them best. And I think this is the secret ingredients. Just take what really you need, just take what really you want, and just take what really you feel that it is best for your family and the future of the family. Most important thing, the relation of the family. This is all what's about. So if you allow me to talk a little bit about the Zamil before digging really into the governance. So we're based in Saudi Arabia. We're an industrial company. We're more than 120 years old. It was founded by my grandfather, Abdullah Zamil, and alhamdulillah, it came bigger through the years. Today we are one of biggest companies in Saudi, and we have factories all over the world. So for us, Zamil Group is more than business. It's a legacy that we carry. If I talk a little bit about the family, we're a big family, and maybe this is one of the things that I have to appoint, because this is where is the real difference between the families. We're like, being here in this region, usually families are big. So we are a big number of a family. I'm a third generation, and as a third generation, we're more than 80. I have more than 80 cousins. So you can imagine how big the family is and how much it's important for us to have a very strong governance, and to not just to have the governance, to implement the governance. And through the years, we did, the uncles have really worked on the governance, and they believed in it. They believed in the governance. And this what makes it all about. Whenever you believe in it, this is the real success of governance. Today, we really will go with the, I can say, going into more into depth about the preparation of the next gens. On the left side, you can see the Zamil Family Governance Handbook. Our constitution, our first constitution was written in 2005, and it was like really updated every 5 years. So the structure that you see, it was the latest, and it was in 2019. And today we're really updating the structure again. Going into the red box For me, it's like it's everything. This is the future. Really, this is the future when we talk about the academy. The academy, you can see it consists of two, the G2G program and the personal development program. Today, inshallah, we were more concentrating on the G2G program. We will go a little bit into depth and talk really about it. I'm happy to talk about any about the structure, what it is, and I don't know if Arnold will allow us some time to talk about it, or we're just talking about the Zamil governance, which is really, we can say it is the communication between the families. It is the document saver. Yes, it is where all the documents that we have, it's saved there for the future. We can say the governance is the fuel of the family. It's the love of the family. Lastly, it's the legacy. And this is the most important thing. It is the legacy. So this is the Zamil governance. So for me, it's really something important to talk about in this stage for everyone. Want us to dig more into the G2G, or you have any questions?
Yeah, no, this is great, and the reason why I wanted to show first this slide is as you mentioned, right? The first edition of this was done by your uncles in 2005, so 20 years ago. Very revolutionary, clearly for Saudi Arabia. Probably the first ones there to really start looking at what it meant to be part of a family business. What do you want to pass on, and this handbook now is 20 years or 15 years after its first creation was 2019, the last version. And I didn't want to go through the whole history, but I think coming back to your first point, it's a process. It requires engagement, it requires continuity, and it requires involvement from every generation, right? And we could talk about every one topic in here. It probably would be a whole day of session we could have with you one day, maybe, Basma. I'm not sure if everybody would have the patience, but I think today the goal is, as you mentioned, really let's dive in more into the Abdullah Hamad Al Zamil Academy. I've surrounded here. And I think more specifically there, really the generation to generation or G2G programs that you have established, because I think this is where a lot of our clients have questions around. It's one of the reasons why a lot of our clients are using Trusted Family today in order to understand how is it they can really prepare the rising generation, how is it you can really engage with them, how is it the family can really work together to make them good stewards of the family enterprise. And so let me go to maybe the next slide here. If you can maybe introduce to us, Basma, a bit the program that you have here, and if you can kind of walk us through the different phases of developments from a young baby.
Sure. Maybe a question that every family has to ask themselves before, and maybe this question was something that I can say it was a highlight, that it's an aha moment. So when we say it is, what's the best solution for training and developing our next gens? However, we have to consider the size of the family, the location of family members, their education backgrounds. Each home has their own education background. It's not about even school. It's more about the houses you're raised up. So this is the education background that you have. Different backgrounds. So all of these are some considerations that we have to think about when we talk about the family. Really, we have to consider, because it really matters when we think deeply into these small thoughts. When we look at them, I think it is a very important question that you have to ask to begin asking yourself when you begin thinking about your next gens and what are their needs, what are they thinking about. If we will go really into the Zamil Academy, it is something that we at Zamil are proud of. We're really proud to have this strong program that is dedicated for our next gens. Really, we want our next gens to be proud that they have this program that is specially made for them, that one day they will go out and say, okay, we have graduated from the G2G program. As you see, we had a logo for it. This logo is everywhere. Whenever this program is, the logo is there. We want them to get attached to it. We want them to believe in it. And this is really I can say the secret of the success of the program. Whenever you have your audience believe in what they're doing and what they're receiving, this is really where they'll thrive to learn more, to participate more, to be there, to have everybody know about it, to be committed to a not school programs. It's not easy at all. If I will talk a little bit, just a couple of minutes about really what is the G2G program. It's a family-oriented program. It is 100% dedicated for the family. It offers like really unique programs for all of the different ages. Really, it gives them like the opportunity to discover themselves, to know what do they have, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses. In simple language, we teach them what school don't teach them. We give them what the school don't give them. We really create this, I can say, environment that it is for them, the environment that will give them their needs. So I think this is really the G2G program. We are concentrating on, like, I can say a couple of, we call them the 4 tiers. It's their personal development, it's their social, like I can say development thoughts, and physical, finance, education. So all of these tiers are important to embedded in the programs that we provide in our any program that we share with them. When we talk about the G2G program, it has, I can say, an individual perspective that our next gens see. It improves their skills, qualifications. They will discover themselves. Even we will prepare them for the market, so they will not work with us. However, through the program, through all of these years, we're really preparing them gradually to go to the market ready. Being a family member, carrying a last name which is well known, being, I can say, a person who does not need to work. However, you have to really give him this enthusiasm to go and work and be like a productive person. So this is really I can say, the individual perspectives that we thought about. If we go to the business perspective, it's like really we want them to be yeah, like really, we can say it's like shareholders that will add to the family. They will be really people who will help the company. They will not be like people who will like really take us back. So really, they will give us more. So this is, if I talk about the G2G program, you can see the how we have separated the age groups. In each square, it's a different, we can say, a target group. So it's like it's age. We begin from the young school age, and in these young age programs, we really do the programs that's like activities. I can say a program. I can say an activity that it is really dedicated and it is good for their age. And usually, any activity we do, we have to put all of the elements in. So it will be the family legacy there, the family values. It will be some social things that is in the activity. It will have some physical thing. So we try to put a couple of elements in this activity. So it will make it both something fun, something educational, something. So it will be nice for them. If we go up to the third one, the university junior senior group, it is more oriented to okay, what are the things that are important for them at that age. So usually at that age, we have some advisors coming to them and giving them more. It's like how can they be better in their jobs? How can they go on and have some skills that will make them shine? If we will go to the high school group, We have some advisors talking to them, okay, how to apply to the university, where to go, what to choose of, goal setting programs. So each group really we will go and concentrate on their needs, and really we will work on it with them. So it is really something, it's again, it's family-oriented program that really we focus on their needs. What do they want? What are they looking for? I have a small story to share, Arnold. So one of our fourth gens, he was in the G2G program, and he went through it. He went to Boston, studied there, and then at the end of in the last year, he was applying for OPT to work in the States. So it is a challenging thing for us to get this work after school in the States. He went and applied. In his CV, he wrote the G2G programs that he attended. And he wrote that it is a G2G and it is a program it's done by the family. And he came back. He said that when I went to the interview, they did not look at anything. They were only talking about the G2G. They were only asking about the G2G program. So he called me and he said, like, thank you. I got accepted because the company has, like, really, they thought it's like, okay, he's coming from a family who really cares about him. So all of these, it really reflects, and all of these stories are very important for every family to know. The investment that you put in your next gens, it is important. It is important. Every word, every training, every being there for them, it's very important. And this is the preparation, if I can say it in 2 words.
Yeah, I think you touched on one thing I just really quickly want to catch up, because I think it's a never-ending topic, and I always hear this. It's like, how it's like everybody knows, in a sense, these are great ideas. This is what we need to do, but very few families actually make it to the next phase, And so one of the questions, like, who do you get the buy-in from to get such a project started in the family? Where does the budget potentially even come from? If you can share a bit about that. Is it something that you review also annually? Because there's also, I see in families sometimes a lot of excitement. You get the budget the year one, and then 2-3 years later, it's like it's not. What's the point of this? And when I see this program, it needs to be a continuous investment, and the thinking long term in order for this program even to succeed. So like, how do you get the buy-in? Who do you get the buy-in from? How do you even get the family members to actually participate? Like, there's a lot of questions here, which is not like on paper, it seems very easy, but in practice, it's not always easy to get confirmation and validation.
Yes. So if I'll go to your first part and talking about the budget, I can tell, it's like having a yearly budget, that will be the best. Okay. The yearly budget, it will not really, can we think about it like, it's exactly when you think about an HR department in a company. So you have a yearly budget for training. So it will be the same. Okay. However, your company will have some income money for you. However, your family will not. This is where sometimes you will feel like, okay, I think we spend a lot of money and we didn't see anything out of it. And especially if the family does not participate or does not have these really excitement, joining these programs that you are doing, and you are struggling to pull them into. So I have a couple of each family is different. However, I think begin these programs gradually, if we talk about budget, it will be great, because whenever the family sees the return, it's really where they will invest money. So I have a company. There is a lot of employees, great employees in my company. So I can invest these sources by doing the training. I want a finance training. So I have one of our employees doing the training for our kids. I'll have the HR department developing a CV with our kids. So I'll try as much as I can to utilize the sources that I have, which is very important. And it is really something that it will cut the budgets. Um,
Mm.
Another idea, okay, if there is a training that is very nice, okay, I will share the payment of this. So 50% will be paid by the parents and 50% will be paid by the family office. You will have both. You will have a commitment because they have paid something, and at the same time, again, it will let like the budget less. The third advice is to have your next gens working on these programs. So they are the planners, and they will deliver it, and they will have all of these like planning arrangements. Your next gens, I'm sure all of them, each one of the next gen has a skill that is an amazing skill and that really will deliver something for you. So all of these, if you put them all together, Arnold, the budget will not be high at all.
Mm.
So it's like thinking about the budget, it's not something that will stop I hope that it's not something that will stop the family. Um, okay, every family has like one vacation home. Okay, if you want to do a family retreat, don't go to these very expensive places. Just go to the family house. Just it's like try to begin gradually. So the family will accept it until one day they will put the budget and they will believe in it. And this is really my advice. And this is how we begin all the G2G. It was zero budget until it came up.
Yeah, and maybe because there's a lot of questions, and I'm trying to answer a few of them here from the audience. But like one that I find is really interesting is, you mentioned that your generation, you're 80. I think at the fourth generation, you are 160 or something around those lines.
Almost. Yeah.
Almost. It's growing fast. How does like how do you is there a way where you like how do you manage that? Is there a selection process? Is it accessible for everybody? Do you need to apply? Is it because you also mentioned this concept where if the family pays 50 and then the company pays the other 50, what if a family branch doesn't want to pay anything? How do you keep still this harmony and involvement and engagement in those branches?
Sure. So if I will talk about Zamil, alhamdulillah, thanks to God, we really are very like, we all grew up together. We are located all in one, I can say one, two like cities. So really we are always together. A lot of the kids go to the same school. So we really, I can't call say branches. We're one family.
Mm, yes.
And the programs are sent to all of the family. If anybody wants to sign, he can sign. However, we have, saying this, I remember we did one program with Columbia University, and it was, to be honest, it was like an expensive program. So to have a criteria, what we have done, that we sent an email saying, if you'd like to join this program, send us a paragraph just to say for us, why do you want to join? If you pass this, we will do an interview with you. Arnold, to be honest, we will take anybody who will apply. We know that. But just to give these kids some, like, that there is like some steps, they will take it
Mm,
serious. So we did the paragraph, we did the interview, and then we send that congratulations email that you've been accepted.
mm,
So really all of this, it's like, and maybe for the family, the uncles really believe in the importance of the training and development. And this what's pushing it more and more. And they see it and they are seeing the results. So
mm.
so this is where I say it's like whenever you invest and through the years they will see the really the results. Nobody will say, no, I will not pay.
Mm. And it's interesting because you're kind of touch basing also already on some other topics you wanted to discuss, which was around how to bring this incentives and how to generate incentives for people to engage. Let me just go back to the screen 1 second here also. I just wanted to check because before going to that, actually, a point of how do you incentivize the family to actually enroll in such a program? Let me just quickly, I don't know if you want to pick out a few ideas
Sure.
of
So
activities.
these are some activities that's like we have done. I can point some of these activities. So you can see the Zamil Juniors Market. So this activity, it was a really big event. However, it did not cost us a lot, but it did a lot. It was great for the kids. So the idea was that yes, the Zamil Junior Market. So each branch will have a small like shop, and they have to have an idea and they have to sell products. And actually in this market, we did the Zamil money. So we have 1 Zamil, 5 Zamil. So we printed money with our last name. So it's like really, they felt that it is their market. So each branch had their own small shop, and all of the grandchildren have to agree on what do they have to sell, the price, will they sell it, and all of this, like the complete idea. The idea was, it's like, okay, to have all of the generations working together as they are proud, looking at their grandfather's name on top of the shop, and they are selling these products. So each one has their own product, and then we had like, and then it's like really we saw each one of the stores who had the most like really who sold the most, and we gave him like an award. It really reflects. So it made the family work together. The planning was done by the fourth generation. They did all the planning. We just give them the floor and say for them, okay, this is the place. You have to do the planning. So it was all the family working together. Really, and it was very nice for them. So all of these activities are something that's, I can say for you, in each box, I can say a story. So this is really the activities the family has to think about. It has to be somehow out of the box. So these kids would be excited about.
How do you, who gets involved here? I think, do you have like someone external, or is it the family and maybe the third generation getting involved for the fourth, or the second for the third? How do you decide on these activities? Is it reviewed regularly?
No, so it's like it's ideas. Anybody has an idea, he can just bring it up, and it's there. It's not okay. So we have an activities that are written and it's scheduled. However, during the year, if there is any activities that it is like, it's something, it's nice, we'll just put it in. So it's not really something that's structured. It's family, so it's nice to really have it. We can say an open program, fun open programs. So really, and we can say it's like we have to decide on program. So in Ramadan, so it's in the holy month, we really have a program that it reflects our religion. Or when it is our holiday, it's Eid, so it reflects something fun, something nice, something. So it reflects the national day for us, the Saudi National Day. Usually we do something for so in Saudi, the kids whose their fathers are in the in the army, in the war, or they passed away during their service. These kids have like a special schools. So we have these kids in the National Day, and we do for them activities. We do something with them, and we ask our kids to play with them, to give them back, to give them gifts. So all of this, it's nice because really you want them to be connected to their country, which is number one for us. You want them to feel that, okay, these kids, they have their parents were passed away to save us, to keep us in in a safe country. So all these really are very important. So these are our programs. Each program has we can say, a small story out of it.
Yeah, really interesting. And so these programs, they're both for everybody, but you also have individual, if I'm not mistaken, individual mentorship programs, one-on-one discussions around personal growth. And that happens more at a later stage, you would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really
So it's like when
interesting.
they're in high school, I can say. This is really when we we call it the individual program. So we have the general program, and then we have the customized, which is like we can say age group. And then the third one is the individual program, which is really having it's like individual like programs for the needs of anyone who come and ask for it.
Fascinating. So, all of this seems again beautiful, but it always comes with challenges also, right? If it was simple, everybody would have a
Yes.
G2G program, everybody would have a family governance handbook that would be involved. But of course, all of this is not it's not just on paper, right? It's important to, as we say, walk the talk, to be engaged, to have all the families involved. And especially when you're 160 or more, or even when you're 20 or 30, this is challenging, right? So it doesn't really matter of size or a matter of, structure. It's really about getting started, because anyways, you'll have challenges. And so we felt it was also really important to talk a bit about these challenges too. So wait, my screen is not loading. Why is it not loading? Wait a second. Let me just come back to that 1 second. Share.
So one of the programs that we really it's even nice to do is like meeting the employees who've been working with the family for more than 20 years, 25 years, meeting the next gens and talking. It's like telling stories about their grandfathers, about their how it's all began and why they are still working with the family, why they have been working for the family in 20 years. All of this, it will raise really the pride of the family, these next gens, and it will give them the responsibility. So this employee have been working with the family for 25 years because my grandfather was great with him. So now it's my turn to do. So this is another thing that's it's very important. And I recommend all of the families to do. Let them meet your really loyal employees. They will hear great stories about their grandfathers and fathers, mothers, sisters, everybody of the family.
Yeah.
Challenges.
I like this saying. Yeah, I like this saying that one should not live up to the expectations of your parents, but to the ones of the next generation.
Yes.
We think too much how we can please our parents, father and son, but we shouldn't think that way. We should think, how can we make sure that our children's are happy about the initiatives, or nephews are happy about the initiatives that we're taking and that we're launching. So, I really like that. So, looking at some of the challenges here, do you want to, there's a lot, but do you want to maybe take a few out, or do you mind walking through some of these challenges that you
So I
face here in
think
the family?
let me take the first thing is communication, and I put it first because this is the most challenging things is how to communicate with them, when to communicate, and what is the best way to communicate. We're talking with next gens. Next gens, they are all over the place. How can you let them know about the program, and how can you catch them and let them come to the program? So all of this is very challenging. So usually the communication is very tough. So you will send and I'm sure any family member, all the family members will feel it. So we send emails, WhatsApp messages. We will talk about it in whenever we're meeting. We'll do some phone calls. So it is really scattered. But thanks to Trusted Family, I think when I met Arnold, and really we put everything together in this one application. And this is we can say the new generation way of communication, and we have to adapt it. They really like their phones. They're all the time on their phones. This is the way they communicate. So this is, I think, the best way to communicate with them. We have to adapt with everything new. So for us, one challenge, Trusted Family, we're believing that it will remove the communication part of it in the challenge.
It's always going to be a challenge. There's always going to be a
But
need of
we're trying our best,
communication.
Arnold. We're trying everything.
100%.
So it's just really something important. When we talk about again, involvement, gender and age, it's another challenge that we sometimes face, especially age. And when we talk about programs, as you see, as you have seen, there are like each age has their own programs, and sometimes there are overlaps. Sometimes there are some people who are younger. It's like, okay, why don't we go to this program? Come to this program. So sometimes age is it is a challenge to find what's best for them. Clarity. Clarity is again a challenge for not only the programs, for family governance. In a, like, if I say it in a big word, you have to be very clear with the family, and you have to know what to share and what not to share. So it's not easy to do it. So clarity is very, it is a challenging, I think, like point that the family really have to think about what to share and what not to share, and to be at the same time clear about the programs and the future of the programs. So I think these maybe three challenges that
So
can we talk
yeah.
about.
So
And then
Basma, I love
can
that.
you
Yeah.
can yes, okay, this picture, so this is a picture of the Zamil Junior Market, Arnold. So
Okay.
this is one of the shops of Uncle Abdulaziz. So this is the grandfather. So they decided that they want to do an ice cream shop. So you can see them there selling this, like it's like in the back, and these kids are buying from them. Again, and the other small picture is our logo for Trusted Family. The house is my grandfather's house, and the logo is the door of the house. So we believe that Trusted Family is the door for our grandfather house.
Bridging legacy with innovation. I love it.
Yes.
I think
And
what I
what's sorry, Arnold, what's written is
no,
bait.
please.
Yeah, bait. What's written in just in the middle of the door. Bait means a home in Arabic. So believing that this application it's our home as a family.
Our safe home. Super.
Yes.
Um, I think there's when I was going through and I read through this challenge, I think there's one which is the fourth or one which is involvement. That I just felt was really important to pause a second on, where we've noticed a lot working with our clients, working with families, that fostering this genuine involvement from the rising generation is one of the biggest challenges many of our clients are facing, right? Getting them involved, getting them engaged, actively participating in these programs. How do you approach this within your family? What kind of works well? What are some of the struggles there? Do you mind sharing with us really what triggers do you have, or secret sauce do you have to kind of get the rising generation into these programs?
Sure, sure. I can say for you, through the years, really you will begin knowing when is the best time to do the program. You have to go and ask. Usually we get them involved in choosing the time, the days. We try to have the calendar, the school calendar. We will not do it in a holiday. We will not do it, it's like, we will see not during exam days. So really we will do our homework before creating any program. Now, the second step is to get them involved. Send them, just give them, okay, we are doing this program. Which days are best for you? So we will send them a couple of days. So they will feel engaged in the program just before the programs is there. Because it's really important. The third thing is, as I mentioned, is getting that's like, the fourth gen involvement in the planning, involvement in in the ideas, just keeping them in the loop will give them this, the sense that they are part of this program and they have to make this program succeed. So whenever these the teenagers, 17, 18 years old, they believe in it, gradually all the ages will see it's like, okay, these are there, we will go and participate. So it's
And
just like,
do you have like a subcommittee for those next gens to share ideas, or how do you get people to share ideas?
Yes, so usually it's I can say for you committee, but it's like, it's
Mhm.
like you're open for it. You can like it's like, okay, give us your ideas. It's there. We can do it. We can work it together. Um, we had an idea to have like a junior board. We called it. But whenever it's really structured and they don't want to get like, they don't want any commitment. So you want them to feel free. And okay, you have an idea. We will help you to implement it. We will help you to put it in.
I love it. Taking a few notes. I shouldn't do this when doing a webinar, but I think it's interesting. I think let me go back and share because I think it's very much tied to the other slide I have here, which is one that I felt would also be worth sharing here. Let me just put it back in slideshow, which is in addition to all of that, like giving that freedom, because I think it's really important. Don't make it too structured. Don't create these
Yes.
family boards, these committees. They need to exist because you need to have certain champions to kind of get those triggers, but you don't get those triggers top down. It's really
Yes.
about finding the right people at the right time and engaging with them through the right communities, through their brothers and sisters. I think you also have a G2G
So this
pointing
is this is
system.
this is one of the things that really we want to implement is the pointing system. And this is something that we can say is like as having points in in your account. So it is almost the same. Just to give them like this commitment, and it's like at the end they will see how much they're there and how much points they have, and I think it will. I hope that it will be something that will let them be more involved. So it is something it's like, and you see, there is a short, medium term goals, which means that you are not fully committed, but you are like, something that's it's nice to be there.
Mm.
So
And they
the
get they get
rewarding is
points by
really,
attending programs. They get points
yes, giving
by
ideas. Yeah.
yeah.
So suggesting ideas, attending these program, being there, the accomplishment. So each we can say each accomplishment has a different points, and
Mm.
then at the end, it's like we will announce it for everybody that this like next gen has the most points in this year, which
Yeah.
is something
Yeah,
that's
and it's
like
great. And
really,
and rewards can be at every like a reward you give to a 5-year-old, to a 10-year-old, to an 18-year-old who's looking to go to college is very different, from one and the other.
and
So don't be focused on the reward. Be
yes, and
focused
to be
on
and Arnold,
participation. Yeah.
Arnold, to be honest, for the next gens, just to have a piece of paper, thank you, certificate signed by the founder, signed by the CEO, signed by the chairman. I think it's the word for them. It's more than
Mm,
enough for them. It's like really they
mm.
will feel they will take this certificate and they will post it in all of their social media and they will see it's like it's a big award and it's just a paper. So they really appreciate everything you do. They really
Yeah,
appreciate everything you do.
100%. So let me move to the next step. Just conscious of time here, of course, because we could speak hours. But I think like at the end of the day, why spend so much effort, so much money, so much time? Like why do this, Basma? Why spend
Uh,
the energy, the time?
sure, sure. It is a lot of energy. It is a lot of time. It's a lot of thinking. It is a
Uh-huh.
commitment. It is, um, if I can say it, since the time is not, it's just one sentence. All of these programs, we just really have one thing that we have in our mind is to keep the logo up. Whenever these next gens see the logo and love the logo, they will do everything to keep this logo up, to keep this family together, to keep this relation a good relation. Family business, we have money and we have emotions. You're dealing with the two toughest thing in this world, and you want this person to be good in both. So I think all of these programs is preparing them for the future. It's really preparing them. Okay, how can we be good in the business, and we be good family members. This is the future that we are looking at. We're looking at a nice structured family that everybody knows their roles, their responsibilities, what is really what they're putting in this company, if we'll talk about the business, what they're putting in the family, if we're talking about the family. So all of this is important. When we talk about opportunities, really, we can say, I can say it's like we are like paving the path for them. Okay, either to go and work outside the company and be the perfect employees in the company. They carry our last name. We want to be proud of them. They will be best shareholders in the future. They will really work hard on being the best board member in the future. All of these, this is really what we are thinking about in the future when we work with all of the next gens. This is the preparation, is the future. And whenever like the family begin with this preparation, how much it's like, okay, sometimes they say to us like, okay, you are a big number, that's why you're working on it hard. There are some families who do the same, but they have like a couple of families doing one program together. So they will have it like, the number. It's like, so it will be like multi-families doing like next gen program together. You have like, it's like couple of like not like 7 or 8 members, it's more than that. So all of this is very important. طبعا we have to work on the engagement and how keep on engaging the family. Can I just say for you, it's like this small book, it's written, this is the picture of my grandfather. So this book was so it's written in Arabic. So it's written منك تعلمنا. So which is translated to from you we learned. And in this book, we did like a story, and it is like this young, small girl talking to her grandfather, and it's like a story saying to him that you have begun this, and today we are continuing what you have done. And then in the story, we have stated all the programs that they have done as if they are talking to their grandfather and saying to him that we want you to be proud of us, that we have continued your legacy. So and this project was done completely by the 4th gen.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, when I look at, new ideas, new structures, I think, knowing the family a bit, the business of your grandfather is so different than the business of your current generation today, right?
Yeah.
All the new ideas. And I think it's extremely important also when it comes to this education program that you might be thinking for your own respective families. It's not just about it's also about how can you, like, all these new ideas comes because you have a family that wants to work together. All the investments that you've been doing over the years, developing new businesses, acquiring new businesses, growing the portfolio. And today it's, there's not one industry I think that you're not into, and so, and all of that is because there's certain members with more passion in certain areas that you can, and that came through all these education programs and mentoring programs, and giving the possibility for the second, the third generation also to be involved in certain business lines that they feel more aligned with their, with their passions and with their roles and their expertise. And I think, that's where resistance comes in for the family and for the business. That's where new ideas keep flourishing for the family and for the business. And it starts, incredibly at the age of 5 in your side. So it's really, really interesting. I won't be able to answer all the questions. There are some people on the line that asked me if they can reach out to you. I think I'll share with the best would be to reach out to me if you want to learn more, if you want to discuss with Basma, and I'll make sure to facilitate the introduction. I know Basma a bit now. She'd be more than happy to talk about your own governance structures to understand how it can help.
And again, Arnold, we are a family that we love to share our knowledge. This is a legacy that we have learned from our uncles, that we share as much as we can, because we believe that sharing this information is like, it's important for all of the families. It's important to keep the relation at its best with the families. And whatever we are experiencing, this is really what we want to share with the other families.
Yeah. If you would give one piece of advice, Basma, to a family preparing this generational transition, what would you do differently if you were to start over again? What would you focus on differently? I don't know if you have. It's a tricky question, that one. The
Okay,
learnings
this is.
from going through
I
this
always
process.
it's like okay, it's like oh to we can say it's like to make it simple. Okay, so my name is Basma, and I have three B's. Okay. So the first one is believe. Believe in your next gens. Believe that these next gens can make the difference. Believe that these next gens are the future. Just you believing in them, it will make a lot of difference. This is the first B. The second B is begin early. Begin as simple as you can. It's like it does not have to be, it's like a very big program. It's like a very structured. No, just begin early. Just go. Just do something simple that these kids can work on. Summer is here. Just ask them to build something to do an event, to do something for their future. So it's like just begin early. And the last be build the future of your kids together. Just keep them involved. Build it all together. It is the future. So believe in them, let them begin and build it all. So this is really the advice that's really I give it to everybody. It's like you will feel it through the time.
I need to give a fourth B, which is a big, big, big thank you, Basma. Thank you for everything. I think just to share a few highlights, I think, of what you said, I believe like good governance is a process. It requires ongoing involvement. You continuously need to recalibrate. It's not about what's written in the books. It's how you put everything together that will make it a success. I really like the idea of creating a brand identity. If family can recognize themselves as a family, not putting the business aside, every company has a logo, every company has a brand. Creating a family identity, a brand identity. I remember we did a TF Connect session with our customers just on how to build a brand identity in itself, which was an amazing session. We have clients that do crazy things on their platforms, really to get people to have their feeling of belonging to the family, and I believe it's paramount. Um, uh,
Let me see
you
the
know,
question. So there's one question, it's like how much you know about the profile of each member. To be honest, thanks to Trusted Family. So all the profile is in Trusted Family, which made our life easier. Yes, like it's like especially for us, it's like because even like in the profiles in Trusted Family, they can update their profile, and it's even easier for us to choose all of the programs. So this was a life. It was an Excel sheet, but today it's an Trusted Family.
Yeah. And I think it also nicely links to the fact that you also said about building something unique, that is for the family that you won't find elsewhere. Like even the way we structure all of our platforms, it needs to be tailored to fit the requirements of every family. We have family that are G1, G2 families, where they're only 5, and we had others where they're 100, 200, 300. And of course, the way you structure it, the way you tailor it, the way you set up programs needs to be very unique and needs to be, you need to build something that your students won't be able to get if they go to university, because otherwise, what's the point of engaging with you? And
Yeah.
I think this is
Yes.
also very inspiring. It's like, think outside the box, think of something really unique that you can offer the family and only you, because that's what's going to get them really engaged and really interesting.
So there is
Um,
another question about incentives. To be honest, no, we don't. So the question was like, do you offer the family some sort of incentive to do the work? This is where I was saying it's like really we let them believe in it and come not for the job to be done. No, it is like more to like to give back. This is the real thing.
yeah,
It's to give back. Actually, it's like maybe it's like 2 months ago. So it's like in Saudi they have to have like a couple of hours working like social work to graduate from the university. So we said to them, okay, this was the incentive. You come and do something, and we will like upload that you have done a social work. So this is what we have done, but like as incentive as money, no, never.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I think don't put too much structure. Don't put too much, like, don't
Yes,
think
yeah,
about
yeah.
the fine points. It's about, the next generation. If you want them to get
Yes.
involved,
And we choose, and usually we choose the timing that they don't have, like, a lot of a school, like work. It's like we choose the days that there is less school work.
uh really great. And I have my, head of marketing telling me that, we need to not forget about the topic of branding. We're doing a next session on branding without bragging. Really
Good.
interesting. Very catchy work. It's coming up in September, so stay tuned and we'll follow up on this. But again, big thank you for you, Basma, for your time, for sharing the knowledge. It's always lovely. If you have, any questions, reach out to me. Let me know a bit about yourself, the challenges that you may have, so that I can give a bit of context to Basma before facilitating an introduction, just
Sure.
to make sure that we also take your time, use your time wisely, because I know how busy you are, Basma, traveling around the world. But yes, thank you again so much. It's always an inspiration to me personally, and I'm sure to the audience.
Thank you. Thank you, Arnold. Thank you, Trusted Family. And thank you for everybody participating and giving me 1 hour of their day. I think it's a lot. So I really thank you for giving me and listening to me. It's like for the last 60 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.